From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. We're continuing to track this area of showers. Rain and snow showers are now expanding in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains. Snow levels around 2,000 feet for this morning, raising up to around 3,000 feet a little bit later today. And you can see there are some areas of yellow embedded within the green. Now the green represents light rainfall. The yellow represents some moderate to heavy rainfall. So some areas in and around Walla Walla and Milton Freewater and Adena could be seeing some of that moderate to heavy rainfall for this morning. Also, we are tracking some big time fog. Don't really know what's happening with the graphic right there. I'll have to investigate that, but you can see some patchy areas of fog in the Cascades, in the lower Yakima Valley, in the Kittitas Valley, in the lower Columbia Basin, and in the Blue Foothills. In these areas, you need to take it slow on the roadways and you need to use the low beams. Right now, we're right around freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, at least for portions of those valleys. So that's maybe where you would have to break out the ice scraper. Elsewhere, just a little bit too warm for that, but it certainly is very chilly out there. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Showers mainly in the foothills and mountains for today. Much drier past Wednesday, much colder for Thanksgiving Day. I'll tell you how cold coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, one person was taken to the hospital after a house fire late last night. It's the second garage fire in Pasco, just a few hours apart. What fire crews found as they arrived to the scene. It's one of the busiest travel days of the year, some say the busiest. It's also a time where authorities find a lot of people driving under the influence. The Target Zero program officials in the state of Washington are working toward. And with Thanksgiving only a couple of days away, people across the region are preparing to head to the skies or hit the road. We check in with local travelers.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica will be back Monday. It's the season of giving and officials say they want you to give a bit of space on the road, and while you may be packing to travel, you'll also want to pack your patience. I headed to the airport and stopped by the State Patrol's office to find out some travel do's and don'ts. The Thanksgiving holiday is known for getting together with family and having a meal together, giving thanks for the year, and maybe seeing people you don't get to see very often. This means travel.
With that, we're going to see more traffic. There's going to be a lot of delays. There's an increase in collisions. And unfortunately, there's also bad choices on drivers' parts where there's impaired driving that cause collisions.
Trooper Mosqueda with the Washington State Patrol says when traffic gets especially busy in the Tri-Cities, roundabouts are going to be one of the things to be especially patient with.
We see increased collisions in roundabouts, and then also State Route 240 and 182 and the main line on 82. There's an increase of traffic.
If you're on the road, Trooper Mosqueda says don't stick in the left lane, be respectful of all of those around you, drive sober, and if you're traveling across the state, be sure to check the passes beforehand. Now, if you're flying, Airport Director Buck Taft says it's less about a full airport and more about a full parking lot.
I believe last year, Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, we filled up, and this year we've already filled up twice in October, which we've never done before.
However, PSC just added 500 more parking spots. Taft says many people don't realize how busy PSC is in the morning for flights between 5 and 7 a.m.
We have 9 flights in that 2-hour period, so it's important that people get here anywhere from 90 minutes to 2 hours prior.
But even if you have the best plans, sometimes things just go out of your control, and that means...
Please pack your patience.
We made sure we left to the airport plenty of time. We got there about 2 hours earlier, and then we had wind, which I said never happens out of California, but we had weather problems. And then we just sat at the gate for a few hours, but it was fine.
The Hoops family have relatives in Sunnyside they're visiting for the holidays. Then the Tates, here to see their son in Kennewick, say despite some bumps, things are flying smoothly once again.
Was there any worries that it was going to be super busy because, it's Thanksgiving?
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it was busy. They actually at one point delayed our plane because there were too many planes on the ground and they were trying to get more of them off.
Do you have any, kind of reservations about flying so close to Thanksgiving?
Not on Monday. Typically, no. If it were Wednesday, yeah, probably.
Paul and Vanna Tate are celebrating more than just Thanksgiving this year.
My 73rd birthday was yesterday. We are celebrating our 53rd anniversary today, and this was my very first plane trip. I have been on cruises, I have been on train trips, but first time for a plane, and United was awesome. They treated us very well, and a little busy in San Francisco. We flew out of San Francisco and we had to wait for some traffic, but a very successful trip. I'm very happy. I feel all grown up now.
Her first time, definitely not the last. In Pasco,
we wish the Tri-Cities a very happy Thanksgiving.
Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
Taft with the Pasco Airport says around the new year, PSC will be getting a new third security checkpoint. And Trooper Mosqueda with the Washington State Patrol says as winter closes in, don't leave cars unattended. He says 3 different cars in Kennewick were stolen Monday morning for having keys in the ignition and doors unlocked. We've seen several fatality crashes across our region in the past month, and a Thanksgiving weekend is a high-risk time for drivers. The Washington State Traffic Commission says the top causes are impairment, distraction, speeding, and not wearing seatbelts. Their Target Zero plan recommends policy changes to have no fatalities by 2030, including reducing the legal limit for blood alcohol content from 0.08 to 0.05. The Department of Licensing is making driver education classes more affordable and revisiting increasing the age where drivers need to take those classes from under 18 to under 21.
There isn't one thing that we can do that will solve the problem. It takes several different strategies. It takes more effective enforcement. It takes better design and engineering of our roads, and it also takes people to behave differently.
If you plan on drinking over the holiday weekend, it's important to plan ahead for how you're going to get home safely, whether that means staying somewhere overnight, calling a rideshare service, or having a designated driver. One person has been taken to the hospital after a garage fire in Pasco. The fire broke out just after 9:40 last night at a home on Joshua Drive. Pasco fire officials say the fire started in the garage and it led into smoke seeping into the home. People in the home and others began putting out the fire with extinguishers. When firefighters got to the scene, they were able to finish it off and begin ventilating the garage and house. Officials say one person had to be taken to the hospital. Their condition is not known, and the cause of the fire is under investigation. Emergency crews rushed to the scene of another house fire yesterday afternoon in Pasco. It happened on the 7,000 block of Yellowstone Drive just after 2 o'clock. Fire crews say when they got to the scene, they could see flames and smoke coming from the attached garage. People who were at home at the time of the fire were able to get out of the home in time. They were not hurt. Firefighters then ran into the home to put out the fire in the garage.
Quick response in the middle of the day due to the residents doing an early 911 call. I mean, that really is the difference. There was some smoke into the home that we're working to evacuate through the use of positive pressure ventilation fans.
There was some other smoke and water damage to the home, and the cause of this fire is also under investigation. Local businesses across the region are gearing up for the holiday after Thanksgiving, Small Business Saturday. The Spud Nut Shop in Richland is locally owned and operated for more than 75 years. This will be the second year that during Small Business Saturday, the Spud Nut Shop is giving 100% of the sales made right back to the staff. Last year there was a high goal, and this year they're trying to beat that too.
It was very exciting last year. We had a huge turnout from our community. They supported it 100%, and we were trying to break 500 dozen last year. That's a lot of spuds made. We were running for well over 24 hours up trying to get prepared for that, make sure that we could fill that load. And ultimately we hit 502 dozen. So the goal this year is to do 510 dozen. It's a lot of spuds out the door, and our staff works their tail off, so we're very excited to be able to give this back to them right before Christmas.
While the Spud Nut Shop has recently expanded, opening stores in Kennewick and Pasco, this goal is only for the Richland Shop in the Uptown Shopping Center. And a reminder to order ahead. The owners say to call into the Spud Nut Shop and place your order anytime between now and Friday. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, President-elect Trump announcing what he will do from day one when he starts his second term. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
The holidays. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
No matter how he got here, how alone she feels, how they've struggled to support their best friend, what's important is this moment when they reached out and said, I can't do this alone. And we said, that's okay. We'll figure it out together. If you or a loved one needs support, our trained counselors can help you too. 988, anywhere, anytime.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and cheeks and mouth and
skilled professionals helping you to be your best. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Give the gift of me time this year with a gift card.
We are Grocery Outlet and we are your Bargain Bliss Market. What is Bargain Bliss? Prices are too high, but Grocery Outlet has name brands you love for way, way less. That's Bargain Bliss. This Thanksgiving, budgets are stretched tight, so we're giving you a little extra help this season. $3.99 for a Jenny O 14 to 16 pound turkey when you spend $35. Head to your neighborhood Grocery Outlet today because this offer is available only while supplies last.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
Count on Apple Valley News Now and ABC for the most magical holiday programs ever, including favorites from Disney, plus so much more. Apple Valley News Now holiday shows, proudly sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll take you on a tour of some of our mountain passes this morning, specifically the ones in the Blue Mountains. That's where we're seeing the snow, and it is a little slushy at US 395 in Battle Mountain Summit. You do have to carry chains, so just a heads up there in southern Umatilla County. And then we'll take it over to I-84 at Cabbage Hill. Dealing with fog this morning, also spots of ice. You do have to carry chains, but definitely the worst pass impacts are off of Oregon 204 at Tollgate. Pack snow, chains are required if you're towing between mileposts 10 and 39. Okay, let's take it down to lower elevations. Here's your day planner for today. By 8 this morning, plenty of sunshine in the valleys, not nearly as much within the basin or in the foothills where we're going to be dealing with some showers, specifically there in the foothills. Temperatures in the 30s. By lunchtime, we should be up into the 40s. More sunshine in the valleys. Clouds starting to break apart a little bit more in the basin, but clouds hanging tough in the foothills. And then by 4 p.m., still in the 40s. Now we're starting to get into the sunshine in the basin. The valleys, still more sunshine, but clouds continue to hang tough within the foothills. So for today, it's going to be a seasonal day. We'll have high temperatures up into the 40s. Little shower chances, about 30 to 50% shower chances for the foothills and for the mountains. I'll tell you if we can expect more of that as we head into Thanksgiving Day, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Overnight, China and Canada are reacting to President-elect Trump's call to impose tariffs on those countries in addition to Mexico. Trump is calling for a 25% tariff on goods coming from Canada and Mexico and an additional 10% tariff on all things coming from China. Perry Russum reports the president-elect says the tariffs will be a part of his day one executive actions.
This morning, President-elect Trump promising to impose a 25% tariff on all products coming into the U.S. from Canada and Mexico. Trump blaming both countries for the wave of undocumented immigrants and illegal drugs in the U.S. Trump says the tariffs will stay in effect until Canada and Mexico solve what he calls a long-simmering problem.
Broad-based tariffs across the board, that's going to lead to more inflation.
The tariffs may violate a trade agreement between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada that was signed by Trump in 2019. It allows for mostly free trade between the three countries.
The USMCA is the fairest, most balanced, and beneficial trade agreement we have ever signed into law. It's the best agreement we've ever made.
Trump also calling for an additional 10% tariff on products coming from China. The Chinese embassy in Washington says the trade cooperation between the U.S. and China has been mutually beneficial, and no one will win a trade war or a tariff war. Canada's Deputy Prime Minister and Public Safety Minister jointly saying Canada will continue to discuss these issues with the incoming administration. It comes as Special Counsel Jack Smith has moved to dismiss his cases against Trump. That includes the election interference case and classified documents case. The judge overseeing the election interference case dismissing the case yesterday. Justice Department policy prohibits Smith from prosecuting a sitting president. Smith writing in court documents, the government's position on the merits of the defendant's prosecution has not changed, but the circumstances have.
President-elect Trump has denied all wrongdoing in both cases, writing online the cases are empty and lawless and should have never been brought. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh is back with another look at your first alert forecast. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
1 in 3 Americans have pre-diabetes. Making simple lifestyle changes now can help reverse it. Get tips at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Diabetes Awareness Month, sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold or Flu Fizzy Chews. Chew, fizz. Feel better fast. No water needed. New Alka-Seltzer Plus Fizzy Chews.
Babe, the dishwasher is broken. How are we going to get it replaced before the holidays?
Swing into Fred's Appliance for our Black Friday Super Sale and experience unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. The lowest price ever for a Bosch dishwasher, only $3.99 after rebate. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Election night 2024 may be over.
Donald Trump will be the 47th president of the United States.
As the transition of power moves forward, stay with ABC News and Apple Valley News Now for the coverage you trust. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Your husband bought
the Staten Island Ferry.
Staten Island Ferry.
Next Live with Scarlett Johansson. It's not a boat that you're like, ooh, like we're buying a boat.
Oh, no.
Plus Jodie Turner-Smith.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
A festive flight on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a cold day. We're going to have highs in the 40s, so it's going to be seasonal for late November. And we'll have more sunshine in the valleys and basin as opposed to the foothills and mountains. And it's going to be the foothills and mountains where we'll have about a 30 to 50% chance of showers throughout the day. We'll have more to say about that in a second. By the way, pretty light winds for today, except for up in the Kittitas Valley. They could gust out of the north and west upwards of 20, 25 miles per hour. For tonight, light winds, mostly dry, and it is going to be cold, down into the 20s and 30s. Pretty much all of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. We continue to track this area of rain and snow showers in the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains. Snow levels around 2,000 feet for this morning, raising up to 3,000 feet a little bit later in the day. So we'll show you all of this with Futurecast, just that constant little trickle of rain and snow showers in the Blue Mountains, the Blue Foothills, also up in the Cascades. But come time for midnight, maybe a few more snow showers up in the Cascades. The rest of us should be dry. And then into tomorrow, it's going to be the same areas, the foothills, the mountains, but this time about a 10 to 30% chance of showers, so much drier. Here's some of the water totals we're expecting mainly over the next 24 hours. Less than 1/10 of an inch for the Cascades, Valleys, Basin, and Blue Foothills. Anywhere between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for the Blue Mountains. Snow levels between 1,500 to 3,000 feet over the next couple of days. So here are the snowfall totals that we're mainly just expecting for today. Less than 1 inch for our Cascade passes, 2 to 4 inches for our Blue Mountain passes. So minor to moderate pass impacts expected. Into Thanksgiving Day, mostly dry, also turning colder. We're going to end up being about 5 to 10 degrees below average for Thursday and beyond. So pretty chilly stuff. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry for the next week with highs in the mid-40s through Wednesday, dropping to around 40 for Thursday through Monday. Then in Yakima, no rain over the next 7 days with upper 30s to low 40s for Thanksgiving and beyond. For Ellensburg, mid-40s for the next couple days before we turn even colder past Thursday. In Hermiston, not a drop of rain in the forecast as highs will stay in the mid-40s tomorrow, but down to 40 by Turkey Day. Then for Walla Walla, very small shower chances through Thanksgiving Day and maybe even a flurry for Thanksgiving morning.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the largest private employer in the U.S. is rolling back programs that implement diversity and inclusion in the workplace. Details in your business headlines coming up.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
It's been called the after-dinner dip, a food coma. No matter how you treat postprandial somnolence, you're ready for a serious sleep upgrade. During the 4-day Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and score a $300 gift. Plus, get 60 months no interest financing and free shipping. The 4-day Black Friday super sale only at Denver Mattress.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Pasco, and Hermiston. It's time to start thinking of gifts for your friends and family. Smoke City for Less has all kinds of great ideas, like favorite character bags, trays, accessories, candles, and incense. And if your loved one is hard to shop for, get them a gift card so they can get what they want. Lowest prices and the largest selection of vape mods and the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Check them out this season. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
And now a joke from Yoke's Fresh Market.
What type of key can't open any doors? A turkey.
you to take a look at. What do you think?
So here,
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub or shower remodel.
Judy Justice.
and I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Walmart is rolling back some of its diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. The retailer is the latest company to backtrack on diversity initiatives. Walmart says it plans to end racial equity training programs for the staff, and the company is also reviewing its funding of Pride and other events. It's also monitoring its online marketplace to remove sexual or transgender products marketed to children. Walmart also says it will not extend its Center for Racial Equity. That's a 5-year, $100 million philanthropic commitment the company made in 2020. Walmart is the largest private employer in the U.S. A ransomware attack is forcing Starbucks to go manual in its employee scheduling. The company says it's in manual mode to ensure its workers get paid properly. The hack disrupted a third-party software system that Starbucks uses to track and manage its baristas' schedules. The coffee chain says it will make sure everyone is paid for all hours worked. Several companies have been disrupted by the hack of Blue Yonder, an Arizona-based cloud services provider. Blue Yonder has hired U.S. cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike to recover from the hack. We'll have your next half hour of news coming up in just a few.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Owning a food truck was my dream, but my back and leg pain made every day a struggle. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to being the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Tegan Goodell is now caring for patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center. Dr. Goodell brings his expertise in sports injuries and advanced arthroscopic procedures to the community, offering comprehensive care to athletes and active individuals throughout the region. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Goodell, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
You wouldn't buy a car without a test drive.
So why buy a mattress in a box from an online marketing company without ever knowing if it's right for you?
Don't go through the hassle of returning a mattress when you can get it right the first time.
Mattress Depot USA has top quality mattresses that you can actually touch and feel.
Made by local manufacturers.
You're gonna love our prices.
And same-day delivery. Try getting that online.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
We all have that friend with amazing skin. Don't just envy her. Get glowing skin of your own with a professional facial, customized just for you. Massage Envy, where better skin begins. Give the gift of me time this year with a gift card.
Your husband bought
The Staten Island Ferry.
Staten Island Ferry.
Next live with Scarlett Johansson. It's not a boat that you're like, ooh, like we're buying a boat.
Oh, no.
Plus Jodie Turner-Smith.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99, Wednesdays only at KFC.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, we've been talking about our pets off camera.
Yes.
How's your cat and your dog?
Dog doing great, was licking me in the face this morning and to wake me up. And then the cat, she's just the coolest cucumber customer. Good. Yeah.
Awesome. I have 3 cats. I will use every opportunity I can to talk about them. They're doing great. They're happy and lovey and cuddly and
love
amazing.
That. If you're thinking about adopting an animal during this season, want to expand to the family during a very family-oriented season, do it. Cats are they're so incredible.
Yeah, and we'll have Operation Best Friend tomorrow.
Yes.
There we go.
Good plug right there. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the radar as we are seeing some rain and snow showers in the Blue Foothills and at the Blue Mountains. Snow levels around 2,000 feet for this morning. They'll be raising up to around 3,000 feet a little bit later in the day, and we're continuing to track these areas. You see it's mostly green, which represents light rainfall, but some areas of yellow embedded within that, which represents some more moderate to heavy rainfall. So that's something we're going to continue to track throughout the rest of this morning. Also, we're tracking some very thick fog in the Blue Foothills, in the lower Columbia Basin, in the lower Yakima Valley, in the Kittitas Valley, in the Cascades. So in those areas, take it slow and use the low beams as you're hitting the roadways. Right now, we are below freezing or pretty close to freezing within the valley. So this is probably where you would want to break out the ice scraper, but just a little bit too warm for that in the basin and in the foothills. But all of us probably need a heavy jacket, not only for this morning, but in the Tri-Cities. At least this is what I'm going to wear throughout the day if I do happen to venture outside. It's going to be heavy jacket stuff throughout the day. So for today, it's actually seasonal for late November. We have small shower chances for the foothills and for the mountains. So I'll take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The Kennewick Police Department is asking the public to contact them if they were charged for parking while attending a concert this last Saturday at the Toyota Center. KPD officers say they caught 2 people charging for parking at the gravel lot across the street from the Toyota Center. Officer Jesus Contreras says the 2 people were able to scam concert goers and earn a couple $100s. He says before you shell out the money, look for legitimate business logos or information from the city.
What I think is a big something to keep an eye on is logos for sure, seeing that they are from that venue. If they have credentials of some kind, here in the city of Kennewick, you can ask them for credentials, or also if it is an actual type of business going on, they should have a business license.
One of those people was arrested at the scene. The other may also face charges. If you paid for the parking, call KPD's non-emergency number or stop by the station. Now to a follow-up on a story we brought you last week. One part of the City of Sunnyside budget plan for 2025 is gathering attention from the community. The Sunnyside Rotary Swim Team Vice President is taking action through a petition. She started it to raise awareness toward the budget, suggesting to close down the Sunnyside Community Pool to make up for this year's deficit. The petition so far has more than 500 signatures. Signers want people to know the pool is an important part of the community, especially for the youth.
I think it's very important that we keep the pool open to offer that to them, a safe place to gather and to keep them off the streets, really, because we do not want to see an increase in gang activity in our area again. And I think the pool is very paramount in making sure that doesn't happen.
With no pool, that would leave the city of Sunnyside without a swim team. The Rotary Swim Team Executive Board will also be presenting to the City Council last night at the regular City Council meeting and push for more signatures and support. A longtime Sela used car dealership is expanding to Yakima. Brian Harris Used Cars celebrated a ribbon cutting yesterday at their new location at 1701 South 1st Street in Yakima. The business is now open with a full-service department and a large selection of cars. Co-owner Guillermo Peralta started working at the Sela location when he was 16, and now he's helping to grow the business even further.
It's a time to reflect back of how many years I've been with the company, and just excited to expand our store and our reach to our customers.
The dealership will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we take a look at your Kraken game of the week, what you can look forward to this holiday week, And Josh will be back with your first alert forecast. Stay with us.
A festive flight on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
I think the stove was broken. How are we going to get that replaced before the holidays?
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Black Friday Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. We have the largest selection of Bosch induction ranges to choose from on sale now for Black Friday. Plus, when you buy one today, receive a free induction cookware set to go along with your new induction range. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Too busy being busy? Then it's about time you got lazy. Real lazy. And shop the brands that invented truly comfortable furniture. So kick your feet up, because Lazy Boy is now at Furniture Row. Browse and drowse in our collection of stylish and customizable recliners and sofas, and experience the durability and relaxation you've come to expect from Lazy Boy. Plus, unwind guilt-free with special no-interest financing. Here's to doing less in some well-deserved comfort with the Lazy Boy collection, now at Furniture Row.
Get 3.9% APR for 36 months on a 2024 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
The Black Friday mattress discounts have arrived at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores.
Save up to $600 on Serta iComfort mattress sets, $1,000 on Beautyrest Black sets, plus save up to $700 on Purple mattresses.
And take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest for 5 years with a 365-day comfort guarantee, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less.
During the Black Friday sale at Walker's.
Kathy Kilgore, an Apple Valley News Now viewer in Kennewick.
Weather. Stacy and I go back a long time.
Here comes that system.
She's very concise.
It'll start to arrive late Friday night.
You know that she's researched what she's saying.
Snow levels are dropping down to 500 feet.
Telling us exactly what's going on, what to expect.
Very stormy night, as you can see.
We always like hearing from viewers, so if you watch Apple Valley News Now, please let us know. Apple Valley News Now, on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a tour of today's forecast. We're going to start off in Kittitas County. High temperatures here in the 30s and 40s. It's going to feel a little bit chillier, though, in the Kittitas Valley with winds gusting out of the north and west upwards of 20 miles per hour. And again, we have about 30 to 50% shower chances in the mountains and also in the foothills, so the valley should stay dry. In the Yakima Valley, also staying dry here. High temperatures in the mid-40s. We do have some pretty thick fog for this morning in the lower valley. That should burn off as we head into the late morning hours. Plenty of sunshine throughout the rest of the day. It's going to be the same cycle in the lower Columbia Basin, maybe just a little bit less sunshine as opposed to the valleys, but also we're expecting the fog to mix out into the late morning, and then after that, sunshine. Highs are going to end up in the mid-40s. Light winds here. And then in the foothills and in the Blue Mountains, also light winds, high temperatures up into the 30s and 40s. And again, this is where we're going to have about 30 to 50% shower chances with snow levels around 2,000 feet for this morning, raising up to around 3,000 feet a little bit later in the day. Now let's show you what to expect if you're traveling elsewhere for today. We're going to start off in Seattle. We're going to have temperatures in the mid-40s throughout the next few days, lows into the 30s and 40s, about 10 to 20% shower chances. Then in Portland, looks like we're going to have some lowland fog each morning. Highs in the mid to upper 40s, overnight lows down into the 30s and 40s. A little shower chance for today, should be dry into Wednesday and Thanksgiving. And then for Spokane, it is going to be chilly, folks. We're going to have a hard time making it out of the 30s for Wednesday and Thursday. Looking mostly dry, little shower chances Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's what to expect elsewhere. I'll tell you what to expect here for Thanksgiving coming up in a few minutes.
The Kraken Game of the Week, sponsored by Yakima Federal.
Apple Valley News Now is your home to the Seattle Kraken. After a 5-1 homestand, the Kraken hit the road for a quick 2-game road trip in Southern California. Our Dan Hansen tells us what this week's Kraken Game of the Week.
The Seattle Kraken dropped the first game of a 2-game road trip, losing to the Kings 2-1. The team doesn't have to wait long to get back on the ice, as they have 2 games back-to-back against the Anaheim Ducks. Seattle and Anaheim face off for the first of 3 games the two teams have against each other this season. Seattle is 8-2-1 all-time against the Ducks, including a 4-1-1 record on the road. The Kraken have won 7 straight against the Ducks, dating all the way back to November of 2022. According to the Kraken, Captain Jordan Eberle is expected to miss around 3 months after undergoing surgery on his pelvis he injured back against Chicago. With Ebbs out, Kraken head coach Dan Bylsma says the team has to continue to have a winning mentality.
It's volume that can lead to success. And that's not just volume shooting, it's volume shooting and getting people in and around the net to lead to success.
Going into the game against the Ducks, the Seattle Kraken have the second most goals scored by defensemen in the NHL. Center Jaden Schwartz is second on the team with 8 goals, 11 assists, and 19 points in 35 career games against the Ducks. He says the team has to continue to be aggressive around the goal.
Once we're in the zone, I think we could probably get some more pucks in it, get inside, find some second chance opportunities. A little bit too much just probably passed around on the outside, and got to find a way to get a little bit more shot quality.
The Ducks had their 3-game winning streak snapped by the Buffalo Sabres at home. Right now, the Kraken have a 10-10-1 record, with the Ducks right on their heels, only 2 points behind them in the division. Seattle and Anaheim face off Wednesday night at Climate Pledge Arena, and you can catch that game on Apple Valley News Now beginning at 6:30. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh has your full first alert forecast, and then we've got the morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Walla Walla Airport, where you'll experience enhanced convenience. Your gateway to adventure has expanded its security checkpoint and upgraded the departure area for your comfort. With free parking and daily Alaska Airlines flights to Seattle, your travel plans are easier than ever. Whether you're off to relax or to explore, start your journey smoothly with our improved facilities. Create unforgettable memories today. Book now at alaskaair.com. Your next adventure is just a flight away at Walla Walla Regional Airport, where parking is always free.
This year has gone by very fast. We're now getting ready for the holidays. We need to be responsible and vote. Also, watch out for the road construction that's still going on. Call us if you're injured.
Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546.
I'm loving a pizza, Tony's Big Cheese Pizza, loving a pizza. I've been loving a pizza, Tony's Big Cheese Pizza, and Yakima's hometown.
Mom, let's order a large pepperoni pizza.
For Tony Big Cheese Pizza.
Good idea. I'll order it now. Tony's lets me order online or by phone.
When you want lunch or dinner the delicious, easy way, come to Yakima's Hometown Pizzeria.
We can't wait to see you at Tony's Big Cheese Pizza in the Safeway Plaza at 24th and Nob Hill.
This holiday season, experience the magic at Winterfest in Peanuts Park, Pasco. With music, kids' activities, vendors, and our holiday tree lighting, it's better than ever. Join us Saturday, December 14th from 3 to 6 p.m. Santa will be there too. Don't miss the Candy Cane Scavenger Hunt, December 9th through the 12th, and the free Christmas movies at Fairchild Cinemas in Pasco. December 11th and 14th, Winterfest, brought to you by these amazing sponsors. Make it a holiday to remember at Winterfest. We'll see you there.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. And during our Black Friday sale, save up to $1,000 on mattress and base bundles and get an instant gift. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect purple.
The holiday season is in full swing at Shelby's Floral this weekend. We invite you to shop Small Business Saturday, celebrate the harvest of Thanksgiving and the joys of Christmas. Step into a wondrous world filled with autumn's rich colors and the magic of the holiday season. Discover beautiful holiday decor, seasonal centerpieces, and gifts that capture the spirit of giving. Be inspired for the beautiful holiday season around every corner. Come feel the joy this weekend in our new location on Clearwater in Kennewick.
Count on Apple Valley News Now and ABC for the most magical holiday programs ever, including favorites from Disney, plus so much more. Apple Valley News Now holiday shows, proudly sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care. Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a cold day. We're going to have highs in the 40s, pretty seasonal for late November. We're going to have more sunshine in the valleys and basin as opposed to the foothills and mountains. And it's going to be in the foothills and mountains where we'll have about 30 to 50% shower chances throughout the day. Also pretty light winds for most spots, except for in the Kittitas Valley. Those winds could gust out of the north and west upwards of 20, 25 miles per hour. For tonight, light winds, mostly dry, except for up in the Cascades. Could have some snow showers. And overnight lows down into the 20s and 30s. So pretty much all of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. We continue to watch this area of showers. It looks like it's dissipating a little bit now as we speak, but in the Blue Mountains and foothills, snow levels around 2,000 feet for right now, up to around 3,000 feet a little bit later in the day. So we'll put this into motion with Futurecast. We're just going to expect this little trickle of showers for the foothills and for the mountains, both the Blues and the Cascades. So that'll be throughout today. For tonight, we could have some additional snow showers up in the Cascades, and then for tomorrow, the setup is going to be similar, except these shower chances are going to be between 10 to 30% for the foothills and mountains. So mostly dry into tomorrow. Here's some of the water totals we're expecting mainly for today. Less than 1/10 of an inch for the Cascades, Valleys, Basin, and foothills. Between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of water for the Blue Mountains. Snow levels between 1,500 to 3,000 feet over the next couple of days. So here are some of the snowfall totals we're expecting mainly just for today. Less than 1 inch for our Cascade passes, 2 to 4 inches for our Blue Mountain passes. So in general, these would be minor to moderate travel impacts. We should be dry, almost entirely dry by the time we get to Thanksgiving Day, and turning colder as well. We'll be seasonal for today and tomorrow, but about 5 to 10 degrees below average for Thursday and beyond. So chilly stuff for the holiday. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry for the next week with highs in the mid-40s through Wednesday, dropping to around 40 for Thursday through Monday. Then in Yakima, no rain over the next 7 days with upper 30s to low 40s for Thanksgiving and beyond. In Ellensburg, mid-40s for the next couple days before we turn even colder past Thursday. For Hermiston, not a drop of rain in the forecast as highs will stay in the mid-40s tomorrow, but down to 40 by Turkey Day. Then for Walla Walla, very small shower chances through Thanksgiving Day and maybe even a flurry for Thanksgiving morning. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a holiday travel alert. Why some major airports are seeing a rise in car thefts in their parking lots.
We have increased our presence throughout the terminal and parking areas.
In Atlanta, authorities at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport say this year they've already tripled the number of car thefts compared to what they saw last year.
It was kind of gut-wrenching. It was heartbreaking.
Jennifer Powell telling GMA her car was stolen from the airport garage and there are no leads to get it back.
I'm looking around, trying to make the alarm go off, and nothing. At that point, we realized the car was stolen.
Meanwhile, in Dallas, officials say a Cuban auto theft group has been targeting DFW Airport, making off with 52 cars worth more than $5 million. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on how law enforcement plans to buckle down ahead of the holiday rush. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
If you're living with dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy, or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Ask your doctor about Izervay.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression, which may help preserve vision longer.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
So shift gears and get going. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay.
Now, the morning sprint.
In your national headlines this morning, President-elect Donald Trump says some countries will see tariff hikes in the new year. The president-elect says one of the first executive orders he will sign on his first official day in office will be to put a 25% tariff on all products coming in from Mexico and Canada. He says those tariffs will remain in place until two border nations control illegal immigration and drugs into the U.S. The man leading the criminal case against Sean Diddy Combs is resigning. Damian Williams will leave his position as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York on December 13th. It's the top federal law enforcement position in New York. The office has a history of prosecuting high-profile cases. In your business headlines this morning, Macy's is dealing with a $154 million accounting scandal. The retailer announces this week a single employee was responsible for hiding millions of dollars worth of expenses across 3 years. Macy's says it was forced to delay its quarterly earnings report due to the irregularities. The employee has been fired. Macy's says its cash flow and payments to vendors are still on track. I want to double check what kind of dog treats you're feeding your best friends. 16-ounce bags of Hollywood Feed Carolina made chicken chips have been recalled due to a potential salmonella threat. FDA officials say dogs who eat salmonella-tainted food can suffer several health issues. Humans who touch the tainted products can also be affected. Leading us into your health headlines this morning, the Supreme Court has declined to hear a challenge on requiring graphic health warnings on cigarette packs and in ads. A 2020 FDA rule requires the health warnings. Several major tobacco sellers sued, arguing the issues violate the First Amendment and the agency violated federal rulemaking procedures when it issued it. A federal judge sided with the companies, but a U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals reversed that decision, and the companies appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court before the proceedings could restart. It's deemed an urgent global public health threat by U.S. officials. Antimicrobial resistance happens when germs no longer respond to drugs designed to kill them. Keep cuts clean and covered until healed. Take good care of chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease. Keep hands clean and get vaccinated. And it's time for your local news. Here are the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. The Pasco Police Department is asking for your help in learning more information in a shooting that happened over the weekend. Investigators say no one was hurt, but a home and several vehicles had significant damage. Happened on 9th and Jan Street. If you can help, call Pasco PD. There is still a boil water advisory in Umatilla after a water line break last week. Officials say to please take note of this. If you are outside the boundaries shown on this map, but you did experience a loss of water service, the boil water advisory does still apply to you too. The water quality will continue to be tested until confirming satisfactory results. As people begin traveling for the holiday, they'll have to deal with Mother Nature too. From coast to coast, wild weather sweeping across the country ahead of the biggest travel week of the year. 2 winter storms sweeping across the country could cripple travel this week. The west, Midwest, and east dealing with snow, while the south deals with heavy rain. If you're looking to shop local this Black Friday, it's Plaid Friday in downtown Kennewick. The Downtown Kennewick Association says the plaid pattern represents the weaving of individual threads of small businesses together to create a strong fabric that celebrates the diversity and creativity of independent businesses. The event is designed to promote both local and independently owned businesses. The Spud Nut Shop in Richland will be giving 100% of the sales made on Small Business Saturday back to its employees. Last year, the shop sold over 500 dozen Spud Nuts, and all that money went back to the staff. This year, Spud Nuts is hoping to beat that record. You can help by supporting local and ordering early. The owners say to call into the Spud Nut Shop and place your order anytime between now and Friday. Let's move into our trending stories. The singer known for her smash hit Hello is saying goodbye.
Yeah, Adele's Las Vegas residency is over after her teary-eyed farewell speech. She says she'll miss weekends with Adele at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace.
The superstar says she took the residency instead of touring to give her 11-year-old son a more normal life. Adele says she's thankful for her partner, Rich Paul, for making her feel like she could do what she wanted.
Adele isn't the only singer making headlines. Pop star Katy Perry has won a trademark appeal against Australian fashion designer Katy Perry.
So the designer, Katie Taylor, sells clothing under her birth name, Katy Perry. The singer spells Katy with a Y and the fashion designer spells it with an I-E. Taylor sued the singer 5 years ago for trademark infringement, arguing the singer's 2014 Australian tour merchandise was a breach of her 2008 trademark. She won that case last year, but now an appeals court has overturned it.
The court pointed out that the pop star used her name as a trademark 5 years before Taylor launched her business. The judges also canceled Taylor's trademark in Australia.
Interesting story.
I'm Team Katy.
Katy Perry specifically.
Yeah.
All right, so if you have a sweet tooth and love baked goods, it is your day.
Today is National Cake Day, a day to celebrate one of the most popular and diverse desserts around. There are countless styles of cake that people enjoy, including, of course, red velvet, angel food, and even upside down.
Well, you can join in on the fun by creating a cake from scratch, or maybe a box if you don't have the baking skills. Pick up a cake from a bakery and share with friends and family. I love cake decorating videos on the internet. Those are some of the best.
Definitely, and I'm not like a huge cake person because it's so sweet, but I'll tell you what, this forecast is looking like it's going to be a piece of cake over the next 7 days as our weather isn't all that active. Yeah, we have some snow showers up in the Blue Foothills and mountains for this morning. Snow levels around 2,000 feet. They'll be raising up to 3,000 feet a little bit later in the day. We have patchy areas of fog. It's cold out there for this morning, and a little bit later today, we're going to end up in the 40s, mostly dry for the valleys and basin.
All right, well, thank you for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on these stories at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.